Fast forward to recently, I've been dealing with a lot of copycats, people acting like me to purposely mess up business endeavors, people acting like me to try to frame me, or people acting like me to reap the benefits of what being me gets. I've had a lot of smear campaigns going on as well. For a while, I couldn't understand. Peace, beautiful people. I pray everybody had a great day. If you're still out, I pray you make it home safely. And if you are in the house already, I thank God that you made it in the house safely. We're gonna get straight into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start from being a young child. I was raised in the inner city in Richmond, Virginia. In the 90s, it was a heavy drug and crime riddled neighborhood. I always was different because at this time, it wasn't many Haitians in Richmond. Most Haitians were in New York or in Florida, and my father was Haitian. So my name is Faadil, which is a different name, right, from the average person in a neighborhood in the inner city, which means generous, honorable, and superior, which is how I got my name, which I carry now. So as a child, I went through a lot of name calling and this and that, of course, in the neighborhood, as you would if you're different. Even back in these days, a lot of people who was dark as I was, were ridiculed. From family members to friends to school people, they used to, call me African, say you're African booty scratcher, all that, right? But I always excelled through it all. The girls always liked me. I still walked around with a confidence. I played football. I was originally a running back. On the first play that I ever played football in, not in practice, but in a real game, they gave me the ball. I ran it 80 yards straight to the house. So we go up 6-0. On the second drive, the coach calls a quarterback sweep. Our quarterback gets hit hard and he starts crying. And the coach yanks him and puts me in at quarterback, which I was never supposed to be a quarterback. I guess I was because I'm a natural leader. Quarterbacks should be taller though, and they should have big arms. I was short, I was stocky, but ever since then I played quarterback because my coach knew that I knew all the plays and I could organize men and people. So fast forward to 2016, let me also note this. I've always been a person that put people in the community above myself. All my friends, I always, and I'm not saying any of this in this whole story with hate in my heart to anybody. One thing my grandma always told me was, if you're expecting everybody to be like you, you're gonna be a sad puppy. In which, in the future, but in the past now, I end up being a sad puppy because I was questioning like, why, they don't love me like I love them. Why they don't do this for me like I do that? But anyway, let's go back. 2016, one of my friend's sister was dealing with domestic violence. So this was about the third time he heard about it, and he finally got tired of it. And he said he's gonna go address the guy, and he asked me to go with him to address the guy. So that's what I did. Lo and behold, we didn't know we was going into an ambush. And I can speak about this now because statute of limitations is up on it because nobody passed away. So that day, I ended up getting shot in my back twice. Well, in my shoulder once and in my rib cage once. Broke my sternum. Another bullet hit my lung. Broke my rib cage. I was in a coma for 6 days. Life after that got pretty hard. So that was 10 years ago. Almost to the day, right? So I went from this confident guy who's always smiling through all adversity, who's always happy, to now needing to depend on people. It broke me and built my character at the same time because I always felt and I knew and I thought that people knew that I would literally give my life for them. I mean, it's proven, right? So I thought that I would get more support. Young kids in the neighborhood, we're taught that if you get shot for the hood, or if you go to jail for the hood, or whatever, and not even for the hood, for your friends, for who you feel like is your family. If you do certain things for them, they supposed to reciprocate. That love was not reciprocated, and I should have learned then that that's how life is, and don't take it personal. So my friend, who I went up there with, and took a bullet for, the next year he ended up passing away. Not getting killed, but he ended up overdosing or suicide. Nobody really knows but him, right? And God, right? And luckily for me, I have a forgiving heart, which we had somewhat of a falling out after I got out the hospital because I expected him to be there for me more, being that I got shot coming there for him. And he kind of wasn't as much as I wanted him to be, or the way I wanted him to be, whatever how you want to say it. I've forgiven him, I love him, and I don't want to make it seem like he's a bad person. You know, we all growing and learning. But we had a falling out. But then he ended up going to jail for a while, and then when he came home from jail, I forgave him. I said, I love you. I hugged him. And then literally a day or two later, he passes away. So I'm already dealing with being shot. Now I'm dealing with that friend passing away. Let's rewind back. In 2009, my uncle gets killed. 2013, before I even get shot, one of my best friends gets murdered in the same neighborhood that I got shot, in my neighborhood. So all these things are piling up and going on. My blood brother also gets shot by his friend in 2012. I'm saying these things as I remember them because that's how much stuff I've been through that it doesn't stay on the front of my mind all the time. I have to remember it as I'm saying. So now we fast forward. I had my first son in 2015. First son, his name is I Am. He was 9 months when I got shot. But hopefully this can help some young people in the neighborhood. But years go past, you know, I'm coping with my pain. I'm just coping with it the best I know. Also, music was my outlet. I have a saying where I say every plug needs an outlet. Not meaning a drug plug, but just a source of energy. If you're a ball of energy, you're a source of light, you need some type of outlet. Definitely growing up in the inner city to keep you grounded and to also let you have some type of outreach other than just what's in your neighborhood, what's around you, so you can create something better to reach to. 2022 comes, my grandmother passes away. I only got 2 tattoos. One says my grandmother's name, the other says love and loyalty. So that was my baby, you know. My mother was always more like my sister because I always felt like I had an old soul, and my mother didn't understand me as much as my grandmother did. That's how I felt, you know, growing up. So that was my baby. I could talk to her about anything, you know. My mom was a little bit more judgmental, which we are all our own people. Once again, not blaming her nothing. I love her for life. I'm just giving you my story. So my grandmother, I could talk to her about anything. So she passed away in 2022. 2023, me and my son's mother break up. Also, I had another son in 2019. His name is Ilias. So I got Ilias and I Am. So 2023 fall come, and now I'm not with the woman that I had children with and I've been with for the last 8 years, and I'm not just a sleep around with everybody type of guy. So I actually seek and look for relationships, which could be a gift and a curse, right? Because you get in a relationship with the wrong person is bad. You get in a relationship with a good person is great. So I end up meeting this person who showed me her representative. The representative was pretty cool, but her true person was not that cool. Once again, no hate in my heart, no trying to put people down, just telling my story. So with that, and with a woman who indulges in all different types of men, it's all different types of spirits and demons and all that comes with that. Fast forward to recently, I've been dealing with a lot of copycats, people acting like me to purposely mess up business endeavors, people acting like me to try to frame me, or people acting like me to reap the benefits of what being me gets. I've had a lot of smear campaigns going on as well. For a while, I couldn't understand. People lie about you so much, or people down talk you or down you so much that you get to believing that you the person that they saying you is. You're like, dang, why is all this bad stuff happening? Am I this messed up person? Am I this and that, right? But the whole time, all those bad things was doing was, they say pressure, you either bust pipes or make diamonds. So it was people playing in my face, and I could see it. God gave me the gift of discernment. I could see it, I could feel it. And I went from reacting to it like, man, F you, like, why you playing with me? Like, ooh, like, that's just how we was raised to address problems. Really come mess with you, you punch him in his face. It's just that simple. But as you grow older, you become a man, you have children now, you have responsibilities, you love your life, you have things to live for. You can't just react to every situation with a punch or with a this or with a that, right? I went from, feeling the pain of things and lashing out and allowing these tactics and all that to get to me, to realizing that, oh, that's the trick. If they can get me to get out of my body or get out of my energy or get out of my peace, then they're winning. Right. Through all that pressure, it actually ended up making a diamond. I lost everything. I was in my Job season. I lost everything. And all I could go to was God. He was the only person I could talk to. He was the only person that I could vent to. He was the only person that I could reach for. And I started noticing, right? No matter how bad things are, no matter how bad things get, no matter what I feel like I don't have or what I need, at the end of the day, I have what I need. I wake up every morning. I still got a roof over my head. I still got clothes on my back. I still got my love, my light. So it went from me lashing out at it to, okay, seeing it for what it is. Especially when it started coming to the point of they putting so much pressure to the point they start picking off the people that's closest to me. That's the part that hurt the most, but that's also the breaking point, because it's like, if this person right here can turn on me or can believe a lie about me, then I don't even care what the rest of the world thinks or what the rest of the world feels about me. If I know that this person that raised me, that loves me, pressure either bust pipes or make diamonds. And it's not that many diamonds. So I don't blame nobody. I just pray for them and I keep my distance, right? In my story, it's a lot of copycats. It's a lot of betrayal. It's a lot of witchcraft. You would think that after time of people seeing that their antics or the things they doing is not working, that they would quit. But nope, they keep going. Maybe it's pressure from above them, because now once you sign your soul away to the devil, if you don't execute that contract, now it becomes a contract on yourself. So now that's how they like, oh, okay, they put pressure on you like, bro, you better finish that job or now it's you, right? And that's why I can't and I could never, like, I had music contracts come to me way back then, and I'm so thankful and so grateful that I didn't take them. I'm so, like, I used to ask God, like, because I've always been talented since a young boy. Like, dang, man, why that person make it, or why this, man, why I ain't making it, man? And now with all this stuff going on in the industry, all this truth that's coming, it's like all coming together, like, wow. Whole time God was really saving me. Like, had I got in the industry back then as a young boy, I would have been screwed over. Maybe literally, as we see, right? Contract-wise. And, you know, then you had this perception, right, that they tell the world you signed a $10 million deal, but $5 million had to go to taxes, $1 million had to go to your lawyer, another $1 million had to go to this person. They say you signed a $10 million deal, and really you only got 3 left. After you done bought your mama a house, you done bought all your homeboys chains, right? $10 million come right now. I ain't got no whole bunch of people that I gotta bust it down with. You know, it's all about how we look at things. But I was moved to come share this story with y'all. And you'll also have people that never even met you, people that don't know you, you know, through the smear, through the copycats, hating you, not liking you, trying to tear you down because somebody done scheduled a meeting that you said you never was even gonna go to, or somebody done scheduled an interview that you never said you was even gonna agree to or don't even know to, or somebody gave somebody some money that was supposed to be for you, but the whole time you ain't got the money. You still over here, you like, dang, everybody over here crucifying you for not having, but the whole time the people that is around you is stealing everything from you, and these the same people that's crucifying you for not having nothing, knowing that they take it from you, penny pinching you, just so that you feel like they helping you, but really they giving you money out your own money. Money they done stole from you, or money they didn't get because of their affiliation with you. You know, like Tupac said, you know, if I could spark the mind of one young person, you know, so whatever young man that's going through something and you feel like everything is against you and you like, your heart is good, like, why me? You know, why me? Instead of why me, say, God chose me, right? Only certain people can deal with all this pressure. Only certain people can deal with all this scrutiny, all that, right? Certain people would have cracked a long time ago, you know? The way I was brought up, certain people would have been like, it's like they was putting pressure on me so that I would just kill somebody or hurt somebody. And I always say that it's easy to do that, right? It's easy to kill. My son is 10, he can kill. He can pull a trigger. It's so easy, right? It's way more manly. It's way more godly. It's when somebody purposely trying to tempt you to do something and you sit there like this. Because I know God, because I love God and God in my heart. And I know all the glory go to him. The mistakes, yeah, they was me. But all the glory, go to God. I just wanted to come share that love to speak like this. If you enjoyed this message, like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate everybody for listening. And if you made it this far in the video, that means you really rock with me. I appreciate you. Yeah, we're gonna build this thing, you know, one brick at a time. Not stressing what I don't got no more. I'm appreciating and being grateful for what I do have. I got my life, I got my health, I still got my smile, I still got love, I still got my light. So we're gonna appreciate what we do got. Until next time, y'all. Peace. One love.